Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Banished. Last time I made a mistake when I was building out this gem cutters. It looks like we have building supplies and furnishings. Furnishings, I actually made a jointer up here. However, the jointer only makes actual furniture. So furniture out of logs and fancy furniture out of hardwood. If we look at our Colonial Charter list here, for furnishings, they're actually produced by the building supplier, not the jointer. So right here we have, I just placed it out and put some roads down. We have a building supplier that is in the works. As you can see, it does require a lot of resources. So 40 iron, 60 bricks, and 10 joists. If you remember, a joist requires 6 coal and 20 iron. So we need 60 coal and 240 iron and 60 bricks for this building supplier. So when I was saying that it's a lot more efficient to actually buy building supplies, I really wasn't kidding. So the building supplies are just ridiculously expensive to actually just start producing. So really the best way to get them early game is just to go with the trading post. And ironically enough, another component that we have been waiting for happened to show up at the trading post. Let me actually unpause my game here. So hull components right here. So we have 6 and we need 4 more for a total of 10. Alright, so what do we want to get rid of? 208. Yeah, we'll get rid of the bone meal. We have plenty of it. So we need 4 more hull components. Actually, I'm going to take all of those as well. So 280 should do it. Yep, overpaying by 1 is fine. So we'll go ahead and get all of that. And now we should actually have enough. Let me just double check before I dismiss this guy. We should have enough to do the wharf and ship. So what I'm actually going to do is put the wharf and ship up here. We'll put it right there. The reason for that is at some point I want to start putting in some of these extra buildings, so the fort and palisade structures, and I want to make this little area kind of a fort. It's a nice square area, and it's right by a river entrance, so I think it would be a good place for it. Alright, so we need 10 hull components, and we have 10 hull components. Do you need 10 building supplies? So we do have building supplies here. I'm going to take hull components and lumber off. We'll keep lamp oil, just because it is a little bit more difficult to get, and we need quite a bit of it to upgrade our mines. So that should be fine. Get rid of you. And then we'll take a look at our farm supplier, just has ducks. Took a poison arrow to the knee. I was a great adventurer until I took an arrow to the knee. Alright. So what do we have? So we need furnishings, building supplies, bricks. We'll unpause that. And this one will unpause as well. So we need bricks and we need iron. We have plenty of iron. How are we on the brick department? 90. We don't have a whole lot of bricks. I should probably get around to increasing our production of that. So where's our brickworks? Here's our brickworks. Making charcoal. We have plenty of charcoal now. So we'll go back to bricks. And we'll go back to making furnace fuel. Dig clay, dig clay, dig sand. Alright. That should be fine. Where did our colonial house go? Alright, so what do we have for clay? 2,000 and sand? Not much sand. Alright, let's swap this out for sand. We have a farm supplier with a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not really going to bother with all that right now. I think we have plenty of crops. Yeah, we definitely have plenty of crops. Alright, so what can we do here? We actually don't have any laborers left over. We have 12 students and 28 children, so we do have quite a few people that are coming to age. But that is about it. Alright, so it looks like the building supplier is ready. It's just waiting to get actually built. I just want to take a look, see how many native artifacts we have. None in there. We have 2. And we have 3. So not entirely too many. We did spend a lot on crops, that's for sure. Alright, what do we got here? So polished gemstone, some seeds. Not really anything I'm interested in. Do you have anything interesting? Or is it just... actually, this guy has everything, I believe. This is the company merchant. So this guy should pretty much be able to deliver whatever products we want. Let's see what we can get. Shoot, that's one thing that I wanted was... I want to check for tobacco. Tobacco seeds. Alright, silkworm eggs we've been waiting on. Potted meat. Interesting. Marble, linen. So we'll do lamp oil here as well. We don't need hull components anymore. Don't need furniture. We could probably go for some furnishings. Yeah, I don't think we need that many of them. Crate. Not sure what a crate does. I think it might be decorative. Let's see. Building supplies we'll definitely take. Barrel, I think... actually, I think the barrel's made by the Cooper for the Preserver, if I remember correctly. Tobacco seeds are something that we'll need, but we can get those more than likely from the farm supplier. So these are all seeds. Probably use some herb seeds as well. Alright. Turn up blackberry plum. Alright, dismiss that. Check out our farm supplier. It's got sheep. Don't need sheep. We have plenty of food. We have enough food if we stop food production right now to feed 400 people for an entire year. Or 100 people for 4 years. Alrighty then. Let's see how our buildings are doing. So it looks like your gem cutter is done. How, so we need rough gemstones. Let's see. Do we not have any rough gemstones yet? Oh, gemstone rough. There we go. 1. So, I don't necessarily think we need to make this work quite yet. Seeing as how we only have 1 actual stone. How are these guys doing? So, silver and gold. Producing pretty good. Our placer mine is producing as well. Silver fenning we have 350. Silver ore we have 21. So the silver fenning we're actually earning from, I believe it's this building, the governor's office, in the form of taxes. But I don't believe we have any gold fenning. We have 8 gold ore. So here's our melting house. It requires furnace fuel. So since we have quite a bit of materials, or we have quite a bit of silver fenning if we need to buy anything, we probably won't need to operate the melting house quite yet. Once we get an abundance of laborers, then we can look into getting all that. Alrighty. 10 building supplies, that is a lot. So it looks like our building supplier has finished. Furnishings need furniture, rug, glassware, and pottery, or fancy furniture, bedding, and candles. Building supplies is joist and rope, or lumber, glass, and brick. Like I said, these are absurdly expensive to create. So, let's see, brick, glass, and lumber, or joist and rope. Joist and rope is a rare commodity. We don't have all that many. We have 111 rope, and we have 32 joists, so it's really not beneficial to use that material. So let's hold off on the building supplier for this very second until we need it again, because we had enough supplies to make the gem cutter. So I don't want to waste materials until we actually need them. But what we can do is we can make furniture. So furniture, rug, glassware, and pottery, or fancy furniture, bedding, and candles. Where? So we have a tannery. Where do we make bedding? So we have a pottery, a cooper. Let's see. Bedding is made by the tailor. Okay. That kind of makes sense. So where's our tailor? There's our weaver. There's a clothier. So the clothier does not make it. The tailor also does not make it. The weaver makes rugs. Unless I'm just missing it here. Crude shirt. Interesting. So, it says bedding. Oh, it's made by the bed maker. And the profession is tailor. Okay. That makes more sense. Here it is. Alright, so we have a bed maker. We might as well plop our bed maker down right next to our tailor. So throw it right there. So we have our bed maker in place. I think it just required lumber. I did do a little bit of research on the forums. Lumber is actually going to be a much bigger resource going forward with new expansions. So starting with 1.6, they're actually, instead of buildings requiring raw logs, all raw logs will be required to transform to lumber and then use lumber to make the buildings. There will be some basic buildings like I think log cabins and wood cutters and things like that that just do require the physical log, but anything that is a finished structure like this, it will require lumber because it's made out of lumber. It's not made out of raw logs. So they focus heavily on realism. Can't just make a building like this by throwing a bunch of logs at it. All right. So what do we have 400 lumber. And we have some nomads, which I will happily accept all of those nomads. Okay. What do we need for farmers? I think we need 19, if I remember correctly. Let's see, 17. Yep. Alright, how are our herds doing? Those are all looking good. So this one produced 1,600 and this one produced 2,000. So having that extra herdsman there, it didn't make a huge, incredible difference. But we'll give it a couple of seasons, see what happens. I can't remember when I added that one, if it was last season or not. Alright, typhus, which we were expecting. Because when you accepted 19 nomads, one of them is bound to have some sort of a disease. Alright. So our bed maker is finished. It's just going to be feathers and cloth, or cotton and cloth. I think we do still have an abundance of feathers, right? So we have 3,000 feathers. Let's go ahead and make some feather beds. Let's see, the clothier is capped out at 500. That is good. We'll make a roper. We do have a doctor. Alright. They're still looking good. Okay, what do we have here? So we have hemp. Hemp we already have. We need tobacco. Actually, let's go ahead and put a curing barn up. How does this... Alright, so looks like the double road is forward. There we go. We'll put in the curing barn. We won't actually operate it until we get tobacco seeds. But it'll be nice to have just so we can see what materials are required. Alright. Well, we might as well just keep going here. So we do have a tannery already. We don't have a cooper. Food preservation and holding liquids. Let's make a cooper. Might as well. And I think that also allows you to make a preservist. So let's put the cooper right next to the preservist. Jeez, can you guys go to the hospital, please? Oh, they have no homes. That's not good. Let's get fancy up in here. So this was something that I hinted at kind of in the first episode. We have these new modular residents. You can actually put these up and stack different homes on top of each other. I'm trying to see where we could potentially put these. He's died of typhus. Oh, that's not good. Alright, we'll put some over here, why not? So we'll put one. And these you need clearance all the way around. So if we go down here, we need 2 spaces. 1, 2. You need clearance on either side for the upper levels. So right here we could cap it off at 2, or we can add on a second floor with room for a third. So we'll put that one right there and that one right there. And as you can see on here, there's this extra little side building. It's actually a stairwell to get up to the second floor. And if we add our cap here, so the urban house cap, you can see that the stairwell is actually on the other side of the building for this part. So we'll go there, and we'll go... Oh boy, I didn't make room. I broke my own rule. Alright. Alright. So, forgot to leave room for myself on the end there. Go here, and we'll put cap on. Still not enough. Extend it one more. There we go. 2 there, and the cap. There's the center of it. There it is. Alrighty. So then once those get all built up, should be all set to go. Okay, it looks like we lost a couple of people here. Holy cow. Oh, that was why. Our mine finished. So we were upgrading our mine to get our to the dark mine, so that we could get more resources here. So I don't think we need quite that many people producing iron. We do have quite a bit of iron. Actually, this one was coal, wasn't it? Yep. Go down to 7. So how many miners do we need? 19. There we go. Large smithy is out of coal. Okay, so I guess that was a good time. Alright, and then we have our quarry. We have 4 people there. Shoreman. Don't need a melting house. Don't need to operate that yet. Alright. Oh boy, look at that. So it looks like you can take fruit, any sort of fruit, some glassware and some sugar and make some jam out of it. You can do pickled vegetables, so you can take a vegetable, some glassware, and some sort of spirit alcohol and make pickled vegetables, pickled eggs, or potted meat, which is duck or chicken with salt and pottery. There's a lot to do here. Let's see what we want to do. So for spirits, how do you make spirits? I'm guessing it's the... I would assume it's the distillery, right? Wine. Let's go ahead and check our encyclopedia here again. Spirits. Spirits is the distillery. That's the brewery. Here's the distillery. I guess it just takes any one of these. Maybe it's not specifically called spirits. It's just kind of any one of these is considered a spirit. So, interesting. Alright, and then sugar. I don't think we're producing sugar quite yet, are we? So we need a sugar house. Cane sugar and sugar beets into sugar, maple sap into syrup. Well, we might as well put one of those in too. Since we're kind of going resource intense here. Yeah, we don't really have room for it now. Alright, what did I do here? Oh no, I blocked off the road. Ah well. We will make do. Let's see, so it ends there, and then here's the road. Then, what did we do? Red brick road, I believe? Alright, so that'll be a sugar house. We do have some sugar cane somewhere around here. I thought, oh, yep, here it is. So we have sugar cane. So we should be able to make sugar, and then we can take that sugar and we can turn that sugar into some sort of a jam here. And we should have blueberries. Let's see, what do we actually have producing? So we do have some blueberries by quantity. Holy cow, we have a lot of sugar cane. We do not need any more sugar cane. So let's turn all this into blueberries. Alright, so then we can make some blueberry jam with some glassware and sugar. What do we have for glassware? Glassware 300. Alright, so that should do. So we'll do one there. Not exactly sure what these are used for, because this doesn't use any of them. Let's go back and see what our Cooper does. Trained specialist works wood into barrels, crates, and casks necessary for food preservation and holding liquids. None of these actually use anything, so let's go back into our food here. Oil press, windmill, watermill, bakery, smokehouse, salt house. Salt house probably needs some barrels or casks, seeing as how it's in the logo. So, fresh food for preserving. I'm assuming that the salt house is the one that we need. And how do we produce salt? So we need a salt works, seawater using a wind pump and a large boiling pan. Do we actually have... We do have some salt. Oh no. So oops. We need to change that to charcoal again, and we'll stop producing that. We need a heck of a lot of charcoal to be able to continue to use our fuel refinery. It just goes through it so incredibly quickly. So I'm not sure what we want to do about that, if we want to keep converting logs or if we want to use a bundling shed. I think we might want to use a bundling shed. So let's make a bundling shed here. What does this look like? Alright, so the arrows point out to kind of just a random area. Anywhere we can put this? Let's put it right here. So that will be our bundling shed. I think we have a lot of sugarcane, and if I remember correctly, you can use sugarcane possibly. I think it's a lot of different stock crops, maybe like corn and wheat and things like that. And I think sugarcane might be a possibility. Alright. Holy cow, this guy brought a lot. Turnip, soybean, potato. Nope. We're really just looking for tobacco. It's the last crop that we kind of need. Alright. Sugar house turns sugarcane into sugar. Sugar for maple syrup. So you can turn sap into syrup, and then syrup into sugar if you wanted. Like I said, this expansion is just really, really intricate. You can pretty much do whatever you want. Now, if you want to, you can make a maple orchard, and then get sap from it, and then instead of using sugarcane like we were, you can just skip sugarcane entirely and get multiple different items. Alright. So it looks like this is getting there. So it needs to be built up. Phew. I think we built pretty much one of every building in the game. There's just a couple we need yet. Like the pottery. We need, we didn't do the shipyard because we went directly with purchasing the items. Oh, we need building supplies too. Oh, man. Brick, glass, lumber. Yeah, might as well start that up. Alright, how are our buildings down here? So, there we go. So right here we have a nice little home. Looks like it's got a nice patio on the back. And there it is. So this should fit 3 families. So if you click on the top, it'll show it's the L3. If you click in the middle, or there's L1, and then there's L2. So we have 3 different families living in this one particular plot here, which is kinda cool. Being on a small map like this, we could potentially like bulldoze all of these, replace it with just one row of these buildings, and then we would have a bunch more space here to be able to use. But we're not hurt for land right now. We've got plenty of land at the moment. Alright, so we did get a couple people here, so don't need any of those. And don't need any of these. So these are, those are all just raw resources. They're not seeds or anything like that. And we can make our own. Okay. Right, we just hit the 30-minute mark, so I think that's going to do it for us now. We built a heck of a lot of buildings, that's for sure. Yep, so we can use sugar cane. to bundle. And then we can use the fire bundle here. There we go. So then all of that sugarcane should be converted to a fire bundle. The fire bundle will be converted to furnace fuel. Furnace fuel will be used to make bricks here. So let's go back to bricks. And then that should do it. So that should give us a sustainable resource of furnace fuel without negatively impacting our available fuel that our citizens can use. So, but like I said, we're a little over time now, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Next time, I think what we will be doing is just kind of focusing on some of these industrialized processes. So kind of making sure that we have adequate supplies of everything for our building materials and kind of get everything situated. And I might actually start producing some of these buildings, so get some of this fort stuff up and running. So I have to kind of look at it a little bit, just see what all these different buildings are, and then we can kind of dip into that a little bit. So that should do it for us today. Thanks for coming, everybody, and see you next time.